Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Kickoff Chaos, and in today's video, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different, kind of going out a bit of the World Cup content, but we're still gonna be talking about World Cup. We're gonna be ranking national teams, but this time it's not gonna be coming into 2026. That's gonna be a separate video. I'm gonna be doing another prediction video on who I think is gonna win the World Cup after all the March friendly videos, because I said I do one of those type of videos every couple of months. But this time, we're going to be doing an all-time ranking of the greatest soccer teams, national soccer teams in the history of the sport. So we're going to be looking in at mainly the World Cup, obviously, Euros or Copa America, the two biggest ones that you can win. We're also going to be looking at individual campaigns from specific players on the teams, legends, how many legends came from this country, how dominant has this country been. But probably the most important criteria for me is going to be the consistency of how important this team has been, because you can be a multiple time winner but not make a World Cup for multiple times. And you can never win a World Cup, but you can be consistently at the top for many years. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing it. Um, we have Argentina, Spain, England, Brazil, France, Portugal, Germany, Uruguay, Netherlands, and Italy. So that's pretty much the 10 greatest teams like of all time, if you look at just like everything that I said. So let's kick things off with Argentina. Argentina is a three-time World Cup champion, and they have the most Copa Americas ever. Listen, if you don't think Argentina is S tier, I don't know what to tell you. This is the definition of S tier. To me, they're a top three nation of all time. They have the greatest soccer player of all time. They have two of the greatest soccer players. Like the two greatest players ever are both top five. Maradona's third, Messi's one. They have two goats. They have literally legendary players. They have Di Maria, they have Kun Agüero, they have legends. They have legends. They have Otamendi, they have Dybala. They have so much talent, so much great players. Really, really good goalkeepers as well. That's an underrated part about Argentina. But Argentina has just been consistent throughout the decades, the years of football. You know, they went 30 years without winning a World Cup, and then in 2022 they won a World Cup. 2021 they won a Copa America. 2022 they won the Finalissima against Italy. 2024 they won the Copa America against Colombia. And now in 2026 they're trying to go back to back, which has only been done by Brazil and Italy. So this team is trying to do something that is almost impossible to do. And if they do that, you can make arguments that they are the greatest of all time, because they've been on a stretch of dominance that we've never seen before. And if it continues, then it's going to be really, really hard to dispute that they're just the greatest, bro. I mean, they're so consistent, they're so dominant, and they have the GOAT. So yeah. Next up, you have Spain. Listen, Spain. Oh, bro, like Spain is one of the best nations ever, obviously, because not only Spain isn't there trophies wise, right? Like they only have one World Cup, they have two Euros, but the thing about Spain is that I cannot put them like I can't put Spain A or S, obviously, which sucks because Spain has some of the greatest players ever. That 2010 Spain team, people argue that's the most dominant soccer team ever. I don't agree with that, but it's definitely up there. That World Cup campaign was legendary. Um, wasn't as dominant as people think, but it was still dominant. Listen, bro, Spain has to go B tier. Spain has to go B tier. They've been consistent. They have incredible play. Like I'm mainly looking at the players and how dominant they were in that era, where they were just winning multiple tournaments. They were back to back Euros and then the World Cup. Like they were so dominant. Um, I'm gonna put them in B tier. I'm gonna put them in B tier. Obviously, they have legendary players like Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Sergio Ramos, Casillas, Puyol, Silva, David Villa. Like this team, it just has incredible all-time players. I would make a really high all-time players list, but the trophy cabinet is not quite there. Now, if they win the World Cup this year, then I'll put them in A tier, right? Because they would have won the Euros this decade and the World Cup, so I would put them in A tier. England is going B tier, right? Like England is going B tier, and there's really nothing you can say about it because England just first of all, England has some of the greatest teams ever. They have one of the most stacked rosters ever in every single era, bro, they've had so many golden generations and they always underachieve. Now, yes, that could be due to the coaches that they've had, but it also just comes down to the player, bro. It also comes down to the roots, to the heritage. Like, are you a winning nation? When you've won before, no matter what generation you have, they just kind of know that DNA to win. And England just doesn't have that. They made two Euro finals, they lost both of them. I mean, the 2021 one, honestly, they should have won. Like, honestly, I think it was in England as well, and they lost on home soil. They were up that game as well. They completely choked on that penalty shootout. 2021 Euro, bro, that game was 2-1. They tied the game and they didn't even play that well. So, like, England has the ability to win the World Cup and all this, but it's too inconsistent, man. They've had too many shit shows. And yeah, I really don't see this team winning anything for a very long time. Next up, we have Brazil, which is obviously going to go into S tier, and at the top, it's going to go at the top of S tier, the greatest soccer nation of all time. Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Pelé, Neymar, fucking Dani Alves, Marcelo, Alisson Becker, Cafu, Rivaldo, Roberto Carlos, Marcos. Like, bro, this team is just five World Cups, the most in the history, and the third most Copa Americas in the history of the game. Multiple Ballon d'Or winners. It's just insane how dominant Brazil has been. And I know Brazil obviously is go to a quote unquote dark period right now, but they've made every single World Cup. They're the only team in the history of soccer to make every single World Cup. All 23, they have qualified for them. So that just goes to show how dominant this team has been. Um, And yeah, bro, you just can't. No matter how shit Brazil is for the next 10 to 20 years, no matter how bad they play in the World Cup qualification, it's gonna be hard to dethrone them because this team just the talent is the greatest of all time. They have the most World Cups of all time in dominant fashion. It's not like they're winning World Cups in like fluky ways. They're like straight up just dominating the World Cup. So that's that. They have to go in S tier. France is A tier. Listen, France is probably the favorites to win the World Cup after that March friendly window. They look unstoppable. They have the best players in the world. But the reason why I'm putting France in A tier above Spain and England is not only do they have more World Cups, but they've also just been more consistent in the 21st century. If you look at, first of all, 2016 Euro Finals, they lost to Portugal. 2018 World Cup champions. 2022 lost Argentina in the final. 2024 Euros, they made the semifinal. They're always making deep runs, and the scary part about France in the tournaments that they've lost, they haven't really had the best like quote unquote coaches. I know Deschamps is a proven coach; he's made them go really, really far. But I feel if they had a better coach, this team would actually be able to win at the end of those tournaments. And the fact that they have two World Cup final appearances back to back. Listen, I think this team is gonna make three in a row. They have too much attack power, and France is gonna dominate world football for a really, really long time. They're gonna be kind of like the blueprint. They're gonna be like, you see a nasty kid on the street, yeah, he's French. Like this team has all the potential to just be at the top for a very, very long time. So yeah, Portugal is gonna go into C tier. Listen, Portugal is just they have no history, honestly, except for the Euros and the Nations League. I just can't CBA with the Nations League. Listen, Ronaldo put them on the map. I'm not gonna deny that, but to act like Ronaldo like Portugal has never had good teams and that they can't make it far because the other teams are supposed to win is just that's bullshit, right? Like that's just hope from Ronaldo fans. This team for the past 2 decades, I've had stacked teams. I mean, 2016, that team was good. 2018 was good. 2022 was good. 2026, bro, they have a top five team on paper in the world, bro. They have the best midfield in the world. They have lethal winners. They have great offense. They have great defense. They have a good goalkeeper. Like this team, there's no excuses for them not to make it far. And a lot of people think they're gonna win it. So Portugal need to the Euros, that's great, right? The Euros are great. That's a massive trophy, and no matter how they won it, they still won it and they deserved it, right? Nations League, that's still a trophy that obviously people want. So I'm gonna kind of consider that, but I'm mainly considering the World Cup. At the World Cup, Portugal have just been shit. Honestly, they've just been shit. They always choke. They always underperform. They're just not there. Their star players are not there. Like if Ronaldo was able to translate some of his Euro campaign success into the World Cup, into the World Cups, then we would be talking about a different story. But for now, they are the worst team on the tier list. Germany is gonna go into S tier, uh, and they're actually gonna go above Argentina for now. For now, unless Argentina wins the World Cup. But Germany, where do I start with Germany? Four fucking World Cups, multiple Euro wins. But the reason why Germany is at the top is because they are the most consistent national team when it comes to making it far in the World Cups. They have 8 final appearances in 22 World Cups. Let me repeat that. 8 final appearances in 22 World Cups. So that pretty much means every other World Cup, Germany is in a final. This team just they know how to get the job done. Like it's crazy because they're so successful. They're so winning. They just have that mentality. I mean, the 2014 World Cup, just to me, that's the one that's the most impressive. You go to the Americas and you beat and you lift the trophy on the Americas soil, on the Brazil. You beat Argentina. You beat Brazil in the most embarrassing fucking result in the history of sports. But it's not just that, it's just the goalkeepers, the defense, the midfields, the offense, the flair, the aura, bro. Yes, I'm using the word aura. Like Germany is just a powerhouse in football. And they haven't been the same these last couple of years, but bro, they're still great. They made the quarterfinals, losing to Spain, the eventual champions, you know. But at the World Cup this year, they have to perform, right? They have to perform. It's gonna take a really, really long time for me to move them down. Like, I don't think they're gonna go on like a downfall like Italy, but if they don't win a World Cup for like the next 20 years, oh, it's gonna be debatable. Next will be a little while, which is gonna go into B tier. Listen, like actually, is Uruguay on this? Uruguay has 2 World Cups. They have more World Cups than no, fuck it. I'm gonna put them in A tier because at the end of the day, even in the 21st century, you still have success. You know, they won the Copa America a decade ago. They made the semifinals in the 2010 World Cup, but it's really debatable between A and B because yes, like for fucking 50, 60 years, they weren't doing anything, and then out of the blue, they kind of had this golden generation with Forlan, Suarez, Cavani. Uh, Uruguay just births like some of the greatest strikers ever, by the way. But like for the most part, this team is very, very successful. Copa America, they made what the semifinals. Like they do make it far. You know, 2018 they made the quarterfinals. 2022 they got eliminated in the group stage. They finished top four in the World Cup qualification. Yeah, and they have 2 World Cups, and they have the second most Copa Americas. I'm gonna put them in A tier, bottom of A tier, but they are A tier. Suarez, top 5 player of all time, arguably. Cavani, one of the best strikers ever for Bro, Godin. They have great players, Valverde. This team is definitely gonna make it into the A tier. Next up, we have the Netherlands, which is gonna go into the B tier, above Portugal, or below England and Spain, because Netherlands has never won a World Cup, but they have made 3 finals. Portugal has never even made a final, and Netherlands has more all-time legends. I mean, bro, Johan Cruyff, Van Persie, Robin, Schneider, Van Dijk. I mean, this team, when you think about football, a lot of the time people don't immediately think about Netherlands, but bro, this team is dangerous. They are dangerous. They have a Euros. Uh, all Netherlands needs is a World Cup, bro. All they need is a World Cup. This team is always there in the mix. Like they're not necessarily always the favorite, but they're always in the mix. They barely get left outside of the talking favorites. They're a force to be reckoned with, man. And they have a great squad this World Cup, bro. Don't be surprised the Netherlands makes it far. They have a great squad, bro. Dumfries, Frimpong, Van Dijk, Frankie de Jong, Memphis Depay, bro. They have a great, just everything. They're a well-rounded team, bro. Honestly, they work really, really hard. So Netherlands is B tier. And last but not least, we saved the best for last. Italy. In all seriousness, bro, the downfall has to be studied. I was actually thinking about making a video on this, but I just wanted to kind of include it here. Um, bro, just what the hell I mean, has there ever been a downfall like worse than this? Bro, they were literally of they won the World Cup in 2006, guys. Like that seems like a long time ago, but in World Cup terms, it's not because it's every 4 years. Bro, the last time Italy was at a World Cup the last time they were in a knockout was at a World Cup was 2006 when they won it against France in that iconic penalty shootout. But man, listen, everything is there for Italy. Euros, World Cup, all-time legends. I mean, bro, they're top three when it comes to all those categories. They have the second most World Cups tied with Germany. They are an A-tier team, and they're actually above Uruguay. They're above France right now, all time. But like, man, it's downfall from here. France, listen, all the teams below them are definitely above them right now. Uh, and they might even surpass them, not all time wise, but like just dominance and consistency wise. Bro, missing three World Cups is just embarrassing, bro. It's unacceptable for a team of this stature, of this magnitude, bro. Imagine if Spain, England fucking missed the World Cup, bro. Let alone two, let alone three, bro. You know the outrage, bro. It's literally like Germany missing three straight World Cups. That's what it is. Like just imagine Germany not making it to a World Cup. That would be mind blowing. You wouldn't believe it if somebody said it out of their mouth. So Italy, crazy, crazy, bro. That's actually embarrassing. They got a lot in, bro. I watched that game live. I knew they were gonna lose. They had no fight, bro. They had no intensity. And one of the biggest reasons why Italy was so successful is because they had like elite world-class defense. They had amazing defenders that they would always like get these gritty results. They weren't the flashiest team. They weren't talking. They didn't have these electric winners or and lethal offense players, which they did, but not compared to the other nations. They were just a well-rounded team, a defensive unit. They don't even have that anymore. So something needs to change, but they are historically still a top five team, a top four team of all time. No matter what you want to say, they still do have the second most World Cups. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for the tier list. Again, this is an all-time ranking. I don't want to see this screenshotted and taken out of context. Like, oh, you have Italy above Spain and England. Like, it's obviously an all-time ranking. I'm gonna be dropping my World Cup prediction video. I'm gonna be doing another one of those where I predict the winner. We're 2 months away from the World Cup, guys, so expect more World Cup content. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comment section below if you guys want to see more tier lists or me ranking more countries, most underrated national teams of all time tier lists where I talk about like Chile, Belgium, Colombia, Croatia, uh, and whatnot. Whatever you guys want, just let me know. I'll consider it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.